Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God Chapter 461, or Season 3, Episode 44. Sorry that this is late. I know you always say don't worry about saying sorry or anything, but yeah, I've just been in a mess. These past 2 days I've had so early last week was around my birthday, and I said I was going to be busy because of that. Then some things came up. Don't worry, it was nobody close to me or anything, just an acquaintance, but I had a funeral to go to that was away, so I was traveling a bit for that and away from home a bit for that. And then finally now, these past 2 days I've tried to work and I have had just a mess of technical issues, and I think today I finally got it fixed. That's just something that it seems like anybody that does YouTube or streaming runs into from time to time. So yeah, I think things are finally fixed with technical issues wise. And my hair's a mess because I just got out of the shower. So forgive the absolute mess I'm in for this past week, but I'm going to be catching up with everything as soon as possible. Things have just been kind of hectic and weird, just a bunch of stuff thrown on my plate that I'm like, okay, I need to handle that before I can get back to things. But either way, last week's chapter, it feels like it's been way longer than a week. But it was good. I feel stupid saying that because Tower of God is pretty good every week. Even weeks when it's not the absolute best, there have been little points in the story here and there. It's still really entertaining, which is definitely good enough for me. But especially lately, this past arc and most of last arc, it's just been really good. So I'm excited. We started a bit with the fights with Bomb's group and Delete. We saw a little bit of that. And we also saw just a little bit of White starting to fight with Kallavan. Not too much of that, though. So I'm interested. Let's go ahead and start reading it. Looks like we're not starting off with a recap panel or anything, though, because we got Soho down here. Hey, Chairman, what do you think you're doing? What am I doing? Care to explain why the Rankers who are supposed to go stop Kallavan are attacking me? Oh, that. According to the information Delete got from the regulars, the intruder here used to be a squadron commander in Zahard's army. Obviously, I had to side with him. Even a 3-year-old could tell you that. We have Khan's own level change of attitude. Who knows what might happen if we side with FUG instead of Zahard? Hey, don't you dare talk to me like I'm a kid. I thought your goal was to keep the seal intact. You little brat, do you have any idea who I am? That was just to keep the peace around here. If Zahard's army wants to break the seal, let 'em. That way they'll let us live. We're doing just fine, so how about you start worrying about yourself? You'll be dead pretty soon. That son of a bitch. Damn it, this sucks. Did that Slayer candidate mess everything up? What the heck does what the heck does Calhelm see in that guy? And of course we know that Soho was really, really strong enough that they were able to stand up against Yuan Sung. 52nd floor, Kallavan versus White 2. What's really happening here? And we're going over to Hatsu. White changed the color of his sword and cut Kallavan's arm. I didn't even see the attack after he swung his sword. It happened so suddenly. I shouldn't even be in a fight with these two. I'd only get in the way. But I'm so lucky I get to watch a fight like this up close. Let's just keep my eyes on his sword. Every little movement, down to the slightest gesture of his hands. I may never reach his level, but someday when it really counts, maybe then I'll be ready with my sword. And I love this, seeing the different panels of White's hands as he's fighting. Or actually, I think the second panel was of Hatsu's hands himself, but still, point's the same. And we see the blood dripping from Kallavan's arm. Some of these panels look really nice. He cut me. Surprised I cut you. I guess squadron commanders aren't used to getting attacked themselves. Not usually, that is. Yeah, in my prime I was way faster and stronger than this, although now I can barely attack more than a few times in a row. Impressive, very impressive. Like you said, I'd better watch out for you a bit more. Now you get it, huh? Well now, it's too late. And he swings again with another one of those attacks, but it's actually a barrage of a few of them. And it's cutting Kallavan multiple times now. This may not be enough to kill you, but there are a bunch of us and only one of you. You don't want to keep getting worn down like that, do you, Kallavan? Who said anything about getting worn down and he leads with his right foot. We see White jumping backwards after launching another attack. Alright, and we have Kallavan still tanking it. I may not be as strong as I used to be, but I've still got my old foot technique. Unless my attack fails like before, you'll have a hard time getting any closer to me. So, you're just going to keep hitting me from a distance and running away, huh? And I like this. With an opponent as strong as Kallavan, he takes the strategy of just sort of whittling him down slowly from a distance. Running away. You really don't know who you're dealing with. I've never run from anything in my life. All my sword wants is to keep attacking. I'll take as long as I need to see you fall to your knees. And we see this vision of a devil behind him. And again, I don't know how much of this is literal, how much of it is an actual physical representation of his power there, or if it's just a sort of visualization of it that Kallavan is seeing to show us as an audience how terrifying it is. Either way, it's cool though. White style sword skill. Lethal move. Sword of purple. Soulstorm. It's really, really, really cool. White is just one of my favorites. One of the reasons I like him so much is just his design. I mean, it's mostly the story, but another reason is his design and just the art behind all of his attacks always looks so good. Like, Siu always goes all out making White and his attacks look cool. I've got no choice. I wanted to handle this as quietly as possible. Sorry, Kane. And he starts activating the Essence of Bravery and using it to tank the attack. Man, this is so good looking. He neutralized my sword. Did he blow up the Shinsu in the air? The Shinsu flow feels different from before, and that's not all. The cuts on his arms are completely gone too. You pack a pretty decent punch, I'll give you that. God, I love some of these angles. I know this chapter I keep cutting in to talk about the art, but it's really, really good this time. But I never said I was trying my best either. Some girl asked me not to damage the wall too much, but I don't see any other way to destroy you. What the hell? And he charges in. This is so cool, and we see the little Soulstorm attacks coming all around. I love the way his abilities look. Another head-on attack. My sword attacks feel different from before. That bastard wasn't even using a Shinsu boost before. I told you not to underestimate me. Lethal move. Deathly Sword of Crimson Spirits. And Kallavan's just going to block it with his hand. And he grabs the sword. I don't. You must be the legendary Slayer White, who the royal army was so afraid of. If it's really you, hold on, let me go back a second. I told you not to underestimate me, okay. I don't. You must be the legendary Slayer White, who the royal army was so afraid of. If it's really you, and I capture you alive, I'd probably get a very sweet promotion. This bastard, so that's what he's after. And then he punches him. Sends him flying upwards. Explosion. Bomber. Oh, and this is the same move, of course, that he used on Jinsung, where he punches them and then causes an explosion behind them and sends them into the explosion that hits them from behind. Which is a really cool move in itself. White. And then he lands back down. Damn it. This is so frustrating. My soul power is getting weaker and weaker, and he smiles through it. When I was at my strongest, I would have never lost to a little punk like that. This is really bad, and Kallavan's just walking towards him calmly. What the heck is taking that girl so long? And now we're seeing Kane. I have the key to waking my sister up. The key is my memories of her. I don't remember anything from a month before she was sealed away, but I remember exactly what the key is to free her. If If I just keep remembering and missing my sister until I wake her up, the seal will be broken, and in return, I'll lose my memories of her. Maybe my sister hoped I'd forget about her and live happily ever after, but my sister was so kind. That's why she's so cruel to me. Come back, sis, and she cries, and the gate starts opening. Oh, this is gonna be great. Now we're going back to... Oh, I thought that was Kallavan we were going back to at first, but now it looks like Sowo's abilities. Alright. Oh no, Sowo's busting in, so we are coming back. Are you okay, you white jerk? Alright. Is that you, guide? You sure took your sweet time getting here. Where's Kane? Well, well, who do we have here? Kane, if you're talking about the hero's little sister, she already went inside to wake the hero up, but I haven't heard anything from her. Damn it. What? I told you to stop her from waking the hero up. Why'd you let her go? Great, now you're lecturing me too. Just trust my plan. Plan? What plan? And we have a huge flash coming from the tower now. What the? Are these petals? Oh, that's a great panel too, of the petals floating behind Kallavan and him looking back. What's going on? Petals, and we see all of the citizens. And now we have Bomb too. Oh, this chapter is hype. I'm getting chills. Oh, this is so good. And the petals are just spiraling around the light. Does this mean the seal is broken and we see the king down there with the defeated rankers? And Dawan. Just one glimpse of her. Oh no, and we're actually getting a face panel too. Is she awake? The rebel hero. And Kallavan looks up. Oh, this is so good. And now we get her fighting Kallavan, presumably. Oh, this is so good. This was a great chapter. I loved this one. I absolutely loved this chapter. This was good. This was when they said Kallavan versus White. This was a great Kallavan versus White chapter. Oh man, I loved it. I loved it so much. I'll be answering comments from all the ones I missed and from this video as soon as possible, plus doing a review as soon as possible, plus reviews of the ones I've missed so far. So I'm going to talk about it more in depth there when I get to it and when I've read it more and taken notes and stuff. So at least for now I'm going to end this, but just know that I love this chapter. I had a lot of fun reading this one. But yeah, either way, thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more, Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated on stuff of the channel or talk to you there. If you'd like a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, just ask and I can give you a link. And also, if you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, it is patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. It would be like super mega serious helpful for keeping the channel going, but if not, either way, I'm gonna do my best, and just thank you so much just for watching and being a part of the community. So either way, that's it. Thank you again, and I'll see you all next time.